Good afternoon, sixth graders. I hope you've had a good day today. It was nice to see some of you come in and get your folders or your parents. Continue to do your best. I've been checking your work, and some of you, it's evident that you need to maybe put a bit more time and effort into your arithmetic. You are getting a completion grade. So give your best. If you've got questions, remember I'm here really a lot of the day. So call me. I can video chat with you. I'll help you in any way that I can. Some of you have reached out and have already noticed that you're doing some algebra today. Now, you've had algebra before, but it has not been this year. So let me encourage you. Remember, algebra is almost like unlocking a mystery. You've got a letter and you have to try to solve and figure out what is the number that that letter is representing. So there are several axioms or rules on the front page, which is page 249. Please read through those. But let me break it down for you in a way that I like to teach, and maybe this will remind some of you what you've learned in the past. Now, I'm taking these examples straight from our book on page 250. This is example 1A. So we have our mystery here. X plus 3 equals 27 over 9. Remember, the fraction bar means to divide. Now, the first thing that I like to do is to just separate my equation. An equation is just a mathematical sentence, but it is important to keep it balanced. So I start with working what I know. Well, what do I know? I know that 27 divided by 9 equals 3. So I'll write that down. And then I'm simply going to bring down x plus 3. Now the second step is to solve the unknown by doing the opposite of what this side of the equation says. So this says x plus 3. Therefore, the opposite of addition would be subtraction. So I will say on the left side, x plus 3 minus 3 equals. Now, right now, our equation is unbalanced. We have to balance it by doing the same thing to this side. So I subtracted 3 on the left side. I want to subtract 3 on the right side. This positive 3 and negative 3 cancels out, which leaves us simply x equals 0. And that is your answer for 1A. Now 1A is unusual because they did part of it for you, the curriculum, and you just simply had to kind of plug in the numbers. So you just had to add the 0. And then they went on to check it. So you go back up to the original equation, put in 0 plus 3, and we know that equals 3. And 27 divided by 9 is 3. So our equation is balanced and correct. I hope you got that answer. Let's look at the next one. Same section, letter B. We're going to divide the equation. Now I'm going to work what I know. What is 7 plus 4? 11. Now I'm going to bring down n divided by 5. I'll do the opposite of division. What is the opposite of division? That would be multiplication. So I'll say n divided by 5 times 5. Remember that little guy from last week? That raised dot means to multiply. And we're going to use that instead of the X symbol because that can be confused with a letter. Now we do the same thing to the right side. 11 times 5. These cancel out. N equals, what's 11 times 5? 55. Is that correct? Look back up here. Now we've unlocked the mystery. Oh, so n has to be 55. Is that right? Well, 55 divided by 5 is 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. We have a balanced equation. Let's move on. Section 2, letter A. Divide the equation. Work what we know. We know this is a division. This stands for a division symbol. So 28 divided by 2 would be 14. X minus 4 equals 14. Now I'm going to do the opposite of subtraction. The opposite of subtraction would be addition. So I say x minus 4 plus 4. Do the same thing to the right side. 14 plus 4. What happens? This negative 4 and a positive 4 cancels out. X equals 18. Is that correct? Take a look. 18 minus 4 would equal 14. 28 divided by 2 is 14. Final one, 2b. This one doesn't really have anything we necessarily know how to do, like an addition problem or division. So we go straight to the next step. A number and a letter side by side indicate multiplication. We're going to do the opposite of multiplication. What is that? Division. 2x divided by 2 equals, do the same thing on the right side, 10 divided by 2. These cancel out. X equals 5. Is that correct? Well, if we put 5 in the spot here, 2 times 5 is 10. So that's the answer for letter B. Now, I appreciate Mrs. Setzer helping me. She's behind the camera today, but I want to do one more thing, and I hope she can hang with me for just a moment longer, Mrs. Setzer. If you will look to tomorrow's lesson. Now, fortunately for you guys, this week is a lot of review. Did you notice that? So that's good because it's leading up to the test on Friday. So it's a lot of review. But I did notice as I was checking your papers this morning from last week that some of you are missing and struggling just a bit with our circle graphs. So I pulled this problem from tomorrow's lesson, lesson 139, section number 4. Claire collects foreign coins. She has 15 Canadian, 10 Mexican, and 5 Brazilian. We want to find out how many she has total, what percents they are, and graph them. So let's see if I can work through this pretty quickly for you. Our first step is to find the sum. 15 plus 10 would be 25, plus another 5 would be 30. So our total is 30. Then you have to find out what each one would be individually. So she has 15 Canadian coins out of 30 coins. That reduces to 1/2, which hopefully you remember 1/2 equals 50%. That was pretty easy to graph, but remember, you're going to take that, change it to a decimal, and multiply it by 360. Now, where am I getting that number from? Do you remember? The number of degrees in every circle, so 360 times 0.5. We'll do our math quickly here, and that gives us 180 degrees. Remember, you want to save the larger angles for last. So for the Canadian, it's going to be 180 degrees. Let's try quickly the Mexican. 10 over 30, that would reduce down to 1/3. And then, of course, we've got 1/3, which equals 33 1/3%. And then we'll take 360 degrees and multiply it by 1/3. Let's see if I can give you the answer here to make it a little faster. That would be 120 degrees for your Mexican coins. 33%, 33 1/3%, 120 degrees. For the Brazilian, same thing, 5 over 30. That would reduce down to 1/6, which is 16 2/3%. If you multiply 1/6 times 360, you will get 60 degrees for that one. When you are graphing this, draw your radius. And let's do 120 degrees first. We're going to set it up, align the vertex marker. Using your bottom scale, find 120 degrees, mark it, and then match up your vertex with the end of the circle. There's your first one. That's for the Mexican coins. And that was 120 degrees and 33 1/3%. I won't go any further from here, but I hope that helps at least get you started. Your second one should be about right here. And then, of course, your last is going to be half of the circle for the Canadian coins. So I hope that helps you. Reach out to me if you have other questions, and I'll do my best to address it. Work hard this week and give your best. We'll see you soon.